Okay, I want to share with you a strategy for creating multiple accounts within Gladiacoin. And you want to pay very close attention to this strategy because it can have a tremendous impact on your income potential when you decide to participate with Gladiacoin. And the reason that we want to open up more than one account is very simple. The marketing plan with Gladiacoin says the most that we can pay at Spartacus 7, which is the top package, is limited to 8 Bitcoin per day. That is to protect the sustainability of the marketing plan. But nowhere does it say that we can't have another account where we can earn 8 Bitcoin per day and so on. So in this strategy, it involves opening 3 accounts. It's very easy to do. You just create your first account. You go to your sponsor's website and sign up. And then you create account number 2, which you place in your left team, account number 3, which you place in your right team. And hopefully you can fund each one with Spartacus 7, which is 4 Bitcoin each. That is the optimum way to get started. But if you have less than that, you can do it. The important thing is to understand the structure and why. At this point, account number 1 is qualified to begin earning the 15% daily binary commissions because of the fact that you have enrolled one account to the left and one account to the right. That is the only qualification required in order to receive the binary commissions. One-time qualification. Second reason is because you're going to begin earning the daily trader bonus of 2.2% on each one of your 3 accounts, not just one. So if you take 4 Bitcoin times 2.2%, it's 0.088 Bitcoin per account. Multiply that times 3, you come up with 0.264 daily. If you put that figure into the Bitcoin converter, you can see that's $323.64 in Bitcoin paid within the next 24 hours. In addition to that, you're going to qualify to get the binary commissions because you've got volume now in each one of your 2 teams. And as you know, it will pay 15% on the lesser team. So let's look at account number 2, which has 4 Bitcoin. And let's say that's your lesser team. Well, 15% on 4 Bitcoin is 0.6 with a lot of zeros behind it. Put that into the Bitcoin converter. That's $729.31 a Bitcoin. That is also sent to your blockchain wallet the very next day. So just by setting up your 3 accounts, you've received more than 1,000 in Bitcoin out of the system into your blockchain wallet in 24 hours. The second reason that you want to set up the structure this way is that down the road, after you have qualified account number 1 where it's earning 8 Bitcoin per day, it makes absolutely no sense to continue working on that position because you can't make any more money. However, because you set it up this way, from the first person who joined your team on the left and right, it begins to accumulate all the Bitcoin that takes place in that entire organization on infinite levels. There are no flushing in this binary unless you don't renew your contract. So at this point, account number 1 is the only account that is getting the binary commission. Accounts 2 and 3 are simply getting the daily trading bonus, which is a good thing, right? It's making money for you. So now that, let's say that you have maxed out your number 1 position, you're earning 8 Bitcoin per day. All you do is now you start working on account number 2, but you don't start at 0 because it's collected all the Bitcoin volume in your left team on infinite levels. Could be hundreds of Bitcoin there. All you do is you just simply open up a new leg and begin to enroll new members in that one leg, find one leader, and now you can max out account number 2. Now you're getting binary commissions on account 1 and 2. And when you max that one out, then you go over to account number 3 and you do the same thing, except this time you open up a leg to the left and it was holding all the Bitcoin volume, which could be hundreds of Bitcoin, even into the thousands. And so you find 1 or 2 leaders on your left team, and congratulations, now you are successfully earning binary commissions on 3 accounts instead of 1, plus your daily trading bonus. And each one of these 3 accounts can now be earning 8 Bitcoin per day. Let's take it up a notch to the optimum starting position, and that is to have 7 accounts in your name. Very simple to do. I mean, you just sign up again, but this time you put account number 2 on the left. It would be enrolled by account number 1. And then account number 4 would be enrolled by account number 2, and number 6 would be enrolled by account number 4. It's important that you do it this way. Take your time. On the other side, account number 5 would be enrolled by account number 3, and account number 7 enrolled by account number 5. Okay? Now these are going to be for building down the road. This is for your future, okay? So account number 1 is permanently qualified to begin earning the 15% daily binary commissions. In addition to that, you've got 7 accounts that also begin earning the daily trading bonus of 2.2% for the next 90 days. So if we take 4 Bitcoin on one account times 2.2%, we come up with the 0.088, just like before, per account. But this time, instead of multiplying it by 3, we multiply it by 7. So now you have 0.616 Bitcoin per day that is being paid to you in your blockchain wallet. Multiply that out, $754.62 in Bitcoin paid out the very next day after you open these accounts. But we're not done, because guess what? You've got volume there that is going to be qualified to earn binary commissions, which are also paid daily. And so if we look at the left side of your business here, let's look at account number 2, 4, and 6. How much Bitcoin do you have there collectively in those 3 accounts? 12. 12 times 15% is 1.8 Bitcoin. Type that into the Bitcoin converter, and that's $2,188.62 in Bitcoin. Ladies and gentlemen, just by setting this structure up, you've got nearly $3,000 in Bitcoin that was paid back to you the very next day. You've recouped over 10% of your initial starting investment. This is exactly what Simon King did when I sponsored him. He took some gold, an asset that he had that was sitting in a safe deposit box that wasn't really earning him anything. It was just holding its value. It wasn't going up, wasn't really going down that much. And so he sold that asset to get this asset of Bitcoin. And he funded 7 accounts just like you see right here. The very next day, he calls me up. He's all excited. He had over $3,000 in Bitcoin that was deposited directly into his blockchain wallet, which he was very excited about. And then Simon began to build his team. And what was great is because he set this structure up, the very first person on his left went underneath account number 6 and began holding and accumulating the volume, not only account 6, but 4 and 2. And then the next person he brought in went into his right team under account number 7, and it began collecting all the volume from all the Bitcoin from the people that were purchasing packages and upgrading. And it began to accumulate, going up to account 7, 5, and 3. But the only account that is getting paid is account number 1. That's the account that he started out on, and he's almost maxed that out. Last week, Simon, who's only been in the business for 3 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, earned more than $12,000 for the week with this scenario. So what will happen now is once he maxes out his first account, then he's going to go open account number 2 and account number 3, account number 4, one at a time until he maxes each one out individually. And at that point, he'll have 7 accounts maxed out at 8 Bitcoin per day. That's 56 Bitcoin gross per day. Now that's not net, because you're going to take half of that, or 28 Bitcoin, and you're going to renew each one of those 7 accounts. But the net profit per day in this scenario is 28 Bitcoin. Put in 28 Bitcoin into the Bitcoin converter and then step back and look at that a few times. Huge, huge money. So it's important to really set this structure up correctly. It's what William Portillo did. William Portillo started building in February. By the end of February, beginning of March, he earned $130,000 in Bitcoin setting up this structure. Now William earns $100,000 in Bitcoin every 3 days. So it's imperative, if you really want the significant dollars out of Gladiacoin, to set yourself up and position yourself correctly from day one.